Hello and welcome everybody to another RSL match. This is going to be our first cast from the round of 8. We got some ZVZ action here for you today. Let's introduce our players. 2 members of Risen Competitive today. Up at the top left-hand corner, it is GTKung. And down in the bottom right-hand corner, it is Renegade. Now, for those of you that followed our preview of the round of 8, you'll know that most of us were fairly split in our thought process as to who was going to take the victory between these two guys. Obviously, you'd be hard-pressed to find any 2 players that have practiced more together in this tournament outside of these 2. So, I mean, they're intimately familiar with each other's styles. I think they're both feeling decent about ZVZ right now as well. At least that was the last I heard from Ren. So I don't know. It's kind of tough to make predictions when you could really see anything here. But right now, as we can see by the builds, we're almost mirrored. GTKung's gas is a little bit ahead of Ren's, but negligibly so. Beyond that, everything is looking the exact same. Down to the very, very visually pleasing double Overlord pass. You gotta love it, right? Let's see. Mwah. The Overlords kissing each other on the cheek as they pass by. They even have the same skin for the Overlords, I think. Yeah. Both running the simulant skin. For maximum mirroring of each other. There's the quick Evo chamber for GTKung and Zergling speed. Now, he's staying in gas, and I think that this is going to be the +1 Ling play. We've seen a lot of players pull this out. You're going to rely on a very Ling-heavy style, and the fact that if you micro correctly, you just eventually start out-trading your opponent. Now, will it be +1 Carapace or attack? The Carapace obviously helps against the Banelings, but the attack turns your Zerglings into absolute shredding machines. 10 Lings coming out here for Mr. Kung. Let's see it. It's not started yet. Leads me to believe it's going to be Carapace. No third on the way yet. Nope, there's the attack. Okay. No third on the way for either of these guys. GTKung is banking up Lings here. But we're going to have a wall up here for Renegade. He's got the double Evo, the Ro8. I do think that's definitely a 2-queen block, though. That's not a 1-queen block. But he does have 2 queens down on the low ground at this point. There we go. Can start to get them into position. His Ro8's almost done, but here comes the Ling Flood. Oh, nope, not yet. Just going to wait for these 22 to pop. And this could get dicey here for Renegade. He does not have a Baneling Nest, but he does have this wall up. He's going to need to start to get roaches out, but he's actually kind of supply blocked here. He can build 2, but this supply block could prove critical, as here come the Lings again. +1, not going to be able to kick in, at least for this initial attack here from GTKung. But here we go. The 3rd queen, going to get in on the action. Oh, good transfuse there from Ren, but there's the wraparound with the Lings. 1 queen falls. And needs to kill the 2nd queen. Another one falls as well, and I think there might just be too much here for GTKung. Remember, he is down in workers behind this, but these low numbers of roaches are not going to be able to deal with this. These drones are going to go down. That is going to give the drone lead back to GTKung, who, at this point, I think is well on his way to a Game 1 victory here. Behind this, he's building more drones himself, and he's going to have that +1 for later on. Now, Ren does have a roach count out now, but he lost a lot of workers there. It's 14 to 25. He can try and push across with these roaches, but I think it would be really smart for GTKung to split off some of these and just try and backstab, keep any units he can at home while just pumping these Lings. Once +1 finishes, +1 Lings do perform very well against low numbers of roaches. And yeah, let's see, how many is this? It's 9. 9 roaches, there's 30 Lings out. I think GTKung, if he engages this and gets us around, he should be able to handle it. Let's see. Here we go. Those +1 Lings absolutely dishing out the damage that they need to. Ren might... Yeah, he's gonna deflect that, actually. or actually kind of bulldoze through those lings. And actually now he might be getting some counter aggression done himself. There's a few roaches and more lings coming out here for GTKung. Needs to get them on to the roaches though. There we go. They're starting to pop. The drone count unaffected here for GTKung. It's going to clear out everything. And that is really good because Ren behind this, I mean, he made I think the smart calculation after all that damage that he needed to go, and he needed to go then. It's only been more lings on the production tab for him. He's starting to mix in drones now, but with a third base on the way, he's down in army. He's got a mountain to climb here, as the supply is very reflective of that. ZVZ, man. What a matchup. Doesn't everybody love Ling Floods? If you do, then you love ZVZ. I tried to play a ZVZ for the first time in a while the other day, and I was just like, oh, I'm doing well. And then the Ling Flood hit, and I was like, I'm not doing well. It's certainly a very, very tricky matchup to navigate. GTKung's going to come down here. He's going to check and make sure that there's no third base. And is that a full wall? I don't think so. Is it? No, it's not. But it is enough of a wall to kind of deter him a little bit. But actually, he can fight in the choke. He's got +1 links, man. You don't care. Actually, he gets in there. Now with the queen, he should start trading a little better. But if he can actually come in here and snipe out a queen or two. Well, actually, he should probably target drones. I don't know. Let's see. He's going to get a queen and run away. The lings that fight and run away. Oh, stop running away and die. But still, layer +1, more lings behind this for GTKung. His macro is slipping a little bit here. We see he's banking up a lot of energy, but the raw advantage that he's at this point with the third hatch and being up 7 workers means Ren's gotta... I'm not sure what you do in a position like this, to be honest. He's pulled out of gas to maximize how many drones he can get out. I'm guessing he's gonna try and get out a lot of roaches and hit a timing, but I mean, he's down so much in army right now. And at an economic disparity as well, I fail to see how he can kind of get that back for himself. Lair finishing up here for GTKung. He's going to get his roach speed. And again, when that +1 ranged finishes, that's a huge deal in those roach fights. Ren has his on the way as well. Spine's taking a few pot shots at the links, but GTKung's looks like he's not going to do anything overly aggressive and try and dive into this natural, which I think makes sense. He knows he's got the third. Unless Ren snuck one out, which he didn't. You know, he knows that he's up a base and up economy, so he doesn't need to do anything aggressive. He can just get some drones on his third and just build himself roaches and just have more than his opponent. Rest in peace, Overlord. There's the timely +2 there from GTKung. Again, this is an important match in the series. It is game number 1 of this best of 5, as you can see. It's an elimination match in the round of 8, meaning that the winner moves on to the round of 4. The loser is eliminated. Either way, a great showing from either of these guys, but you gotta think that both of these guys, I know, feel like they can beat each other. They know they've got it in them. This is probably one of the most even matches in the round of 8 overall, I would say. So, getting that first win, getting some momentum can be hugely important in a series. And with Ren trying to establish that third, although I guess GTKung does not know about it, I would expect that we see him get his +2 attack, and then just try and bulldoze Renegade with more roaches and higher upgraded roaches. There we go, yep. He's going to look at this army, he's going to say, hey, I think I can beat that. And I think especially if he waits for the +2, he can beat that. Oof, actually biling down the Overlords as well. That's going to pretty heavily supply block Renegade. And it's going to do so right as GTKung's trying to push out and kill this third. Which is really important, because at this point, he's got a huge army supply lead. Ren needs more roaches, and I think Ravagers could be great, but he can't morph them in until these Overlords finish, and by the time they do, GTKung's army is on top of him, and there is just too much here, I think, for our Orange Zerg. I think. I don't know why he's backing off. I don't know why he's backing off. And honestly, I feel like the more we see GTKung delay the killing blow here, the more he's giving... Oh, even running away here. The more he's giving Renegade a chance to get back into the game. I mean, I think he had the army to maybe not, dive the natural, but kill the third base, and he didn't do it. And the longer the game goes on, the more supply builds up, the closer that the players get to maxed. I mean, yes, GTKung at that point will still have the advantage because he'll have been maxed longer, but at that point, if Ren takes a really good fight or pulls out tech that GTKung's not ready for, it could still swing the other way. I really think he's got to be extra careful now. He's getting a Spire as well. Looks like he's going to try and run by with the Lings. They are going to get into the main. Here come the Roaches. And this is going to get weird, because, okay, GTKung's going to have to back off. I think that's smart. You can't take that fight. Don't bring the Lings. The Lings need to get some damage done here. And it looks like they will, but they're actually going after Spines. And, I mean, Spines are probably the first thing that Renegade is okay with going down. Only 4 drones have died. He's going to go for the lair. I don't think he's going to get it. And again, now is when GT could be pushing back in at the 4th or the 3rd. A little bit of a missed opportunity there, I think, for GTKung. As we're having +2 melee and +1 carapace finish here. Now, important to remember, Ren, I don't think has Roach speed. No, he does not. That's a big deal in Roach battles. It's hugely helpful in dodging biles, it's helpful in being able to run down your opponent, being able to position better, being able to back out of a position if you overextend. Okay, now here's 10 meters, and when these pop, they're going to kill everything. GTKung's going to just kind of defend. He's got a bigger army. He might even just be able to take this with the Roach Ravager for the win. But if he doesn't, I mean, not having Roach speed means these meters should be able to run down and kill every single Ravager. Here we go. And now it looks like what he's going to... Your friend's getting inspired, too. Both these guys thinking about this matchup very similarly. It's cool to see. Here, that's a 5-kill Ravager. You go, Ravager. But I think you just right-click, you shift-click onto the Ravagers with your mutas, and then you just go for the throat. Oh, why are you backing up with the mutas? There's nothing to contest them. Here we go. Huge piles landing on both of their armies, it looks like. GTKung needs to get those mutas on a different control group here. This is free damage he could be getting that he's just not getting. Here we go. Now they're coming forward. Here's the dive from GTKung. And I think finally there's just too much here. Full surround. Oh my gosh, full surround. 360 from GTKung. All of the roaches are going to evaporate. GG is called. GTKung is going to take it. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner. Orange Zerg player it is. GTKung. And up in the top right-hand corner, the teal Zerg player it is. Renegade. GLHF coming out from both these guys. Wholesomeness abounding. Gotta love it. I'll be interested to see if we see any shenanigans. You know that there are a lot of shenanigans you can pull out in ZVZ. Right now, both these guys going up to 16 workers. No pools or anything on the way, and it looks like they're both going to hatch first. Or are they? Yeah, they are. Small variation being a 16 hatch from Ren and a 17 hatch from GTKung. Whoa! The craziness, right? The diversity in builds. Ultimately, probably going to be extremely inconsequential, but interesting little tidbit, you know. It's going to be hatch gas pool, it looks like, for GTKung, as well as for Renegade. Ooh, only two. Oh, no, that one just hasn't finished yet. So the gas is going to be ahead here for GTKung. Small window where he'll probably have a speed advantage. And interestingly enough, that last ZVZ, just thinking about it, was a Banelingless ZVZ. And I feel like it's very, very rare to see something like that happen. Just given how good Banelings are in that early game. They present such a huge threat to the Zergling count. They get in on the drones. Two Banelings can effectively gut your economy. Burrow before speed. Where's Final Dash? Where is he? Burrow before speed, guys. We're seeing it. And a Roach Warren here. Okay, so this is going to be weird, man. This is going to be weird. Because Burrow before speed is like a weird meme that like, yeah, Burrow before speed, haha, something Final Dash would say. But right now it's reality. Looking at it. There it is. In fact, Burrow before speed, more like Burrow skip speed. Who needs it? There's the Roach Warren finished. And with this Overlord finishing up as well, he will be able to make probably like six-ish roaches. There's that wall coming up for Ren, similar to the previous game. Let's check his vision. Let's see if he picks up on these roaches coming. Now, he might see them on the minimap and think they're lings. Wait, where are they? Where are they going? Okay. Where are your roaches going? Okay, let's go back to Ren's camera. Let's see if he takes notice of this. Again, he might see it on the minimap and not check what it is. Might just think it's slow lings. But he's got the wall ready, but this wall, it's really good against lings. It's not as good against roaches. But bear in mind, I think Ren has reacted about as well as he could here. He's getting 10 roaches of his own. Now, the burrow could be an important factor here, but I think Renegade is just going to have enough here to hold this off. We're going to have to see GTKung use burrow micro very effectively here. Oh, so far, very good. Going to regen a lot of HP on those roaches as more of his start to show up as well. Is this Final Dash? Oh, you need to unburrow. GTKung, you got to unburrow. You're at full HP. And here we go. But that does allow Renegade more time to get out units. And yeah, I think this just kind of gets deflected. A cool play, but ultimately not one that was able to break the back of his opponent. There's the roach, or the lair on the way. Now keep in mind, GTKung behind this has gotten up more... he has gotten up more workers. So he is at a 6-worker lead at this point. But he actually needs to be careful here. There's a lot of units here for Ren who's just going to sit on top of this and be like, alright. No, he's not. He's going to go home. And he's going to chase it. No, don't chase it, man. What a weird game so far in game number 2. Thanks. I hate it. Oh, I really want to type to them right now, but it's a tournament, so I won't. +1 attack here on the way for GTKung. But now it's Renegade who's actually powering ahead in the drone count. I think GTKung has so many minerals. I really want to see him get a third base here. Heck, there it is. Even a macro hatch as well at this point with that much money. Get his gases powered up. He is down 11 workers as well, and he's about to be down more. And every second that goes by at that kind of disparity is crucial. Just looking at the mineral income alone, we see Renegade is far ahead. And it's at points like these where even if you're ahead on army, it doesn't super matter, right? Because the way that, closer rally points work and defender's advantage in terms of positioning work, if you have a little bit of a bigger roach ball, you probably can't just go bust him. I'll never tell. You probably just can't go bust him, right? So you have a big army, but it's not big enough for it to be a big deal to your opponent. 2 lings here, gonna die. Okay, good. Not full final dash. See, what he doesn't realize is it was full final dash. It was full final dash. Now, I'd really like to see burrow movement come out here for GTKung. He's already got the burrow, and I think he's a little bit behind in this game as well. I guess with his third base finishing a bit ahead, he can get his drone count up, but... And actually, is he behind? Maybe he isn't. He is down these 5 workers, but his ups are a little bit ahead. Ooh, but there we see the Spire coming out here from Ren. And this could be important. He's actually getting aggressive at the same time as well. I don't know how much damage he's going to be able to get done here, as GTKung does have the bigger army right now. Actually, I really think GTKung can pounce on this army. Looking at it, he's got the Ravagers. They add extra DPS both from the Bile and their faster attack speed. He is not scouted for this fire at all either. Scouting so important. Or has he? Maybe I'm wrong. Nope. Scouting so important in ZVZ to see what your opponent's doing. You see players like Cyril and all the top Zergs constantly trying to run lings around just to get into the main, just to see the tech, the timing of it, and all that stuff. And that is not something that GTKung is going to have access to at this point. He's got no ling speed. He's going to get blindsided by this Spire, and that could potentially be game-ending, especially considering his drone count is already still sitting at 38. This is not a strong economy. If these mutas hit one of these drone lines, he is kind of screwed. Now, here we go. It looks like he might be wanting to push out here. But again, he's going to do this right as the mutas start to hit the field. And there's no spores, no Hydra Den down just yet. GTKung wants to win this game. I think he needs to go, and he needs to go absolutely right away. But here we go. He's going to get in on the third base. But actually, half of his army is fighting the Roaches, while the other half's killing the third. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Huge Biles actually land on the Roaches of Renegade. But he sees the mutas. He needs to clear out these Roaches, split up his army, and try and kill as much as he can while getting those spores at home, preferably with a Hydra Den as well. He is going to wipe out every single Roach here, and probably the third base. But he needs to start getting spores. He needs to start getting spores. All of this damage needs to be anchored by his ability to defend back at home, and right now, there ain't nothing there to defend. This damage is so good. He's killed 21 workers. Okay, there the spores start to go down. And now we're getting to the point where this might just be too much damage to Renegade here. He's losing so many drones here. 34 in total have gone down, and counting. Oh, and he's actually just plowing through with more and more Roaches. He's just brute forcing this And I think it's actually going to work here. As at this point, 40 drones have gone down, countless roaches as well. $45 is the total damage there. Oh my gosh, it's not done yet. The roaches are getting to the third. This is so well executed here by GTKung. He had a window to get damage done, and he absolutely capitalized on it super well, shattering his opponent's economy. And now behind this, he just needs to... I mean, there's no such thing as oversporing, right? Like, he actually has none at his third. That's a problem. He's going to lose his third. But I don't think he cares. I think he just wants to get queens, get hydras out to the point where he can go get some counter, or just, like, have more. Because these mutas are it. That's all that there's going to be. Even going to get one picked off here by the queens. Yeah, now he's got a spore over here. I mean, he's going to make 10 drones. That's fine. He doesn't even need it. Renegade's economy is in shambles after that attack again. Let's take a look at the total workers killed. 53 workers. Those roaches got so much done. Ren is trying to kind of put his economy back together a little bit here. But now the Hydra Den's on the way. The queen count is stable enough that he can defend these bases. And again, this is a dicey situation for Renegade. He can fly around, pick off maybe some corner drones, maybe some overlords, but the disparity in workers is just absolutely massive. And once these, 9, I would prefer him to get a few more, but once he gets like 10 to 15 Hydras and he no longer cares about these mutas, he can push, in lieu of them, or even, I think, a Nidus Worm with this many queens could be really, really good right now. It's going to be tough for him to get out. The income is relatively the same. It is until we look at the gas, of which Ren, he pulled completely out of gas to do that. And that whole time he was only getting drones, not getting any roaches, not getting any upgrades. And, I mean, behind this, that's reflective in the army supply. He caught himself back up on workers to be down 88 army supply to 16. And that 16 army supply is all mutas. All mutas. Well, I guess, and queens. So while he has propelled himself actually back ahead in the worker count after losing those 50 workers, he's got no roaches on the field. I don't know how he holds a 30 roach 9 Hydra push here. I don't see that happening. Too many units here for GTKung, who, from what I thought was a pretty dicey position, has actually gotten himself back, and it looks like he's going to be going up 2-0 in this series. As here comes the March of Doom Roaches Hydras. That's an awesome Hydra skin, by the way, the Brood War Hydra. Love it. Love to see it. It's going to rampage in. The mutas are going to try and mount a last defense, but the Hydra count is too high. GG is called as GTKung. Thank you for your patience, everybody. We're back. We have hopefully solved all the technical difficulties. And we're back with game number 3 up in the top left-hand corner. It is GTKung. And spawning down in the bottom right-hand corner, the teal Zerg player, it is Renegade. Now, obviously, being up 2-0, you've got to say that GTKung at this point is hugely poised to take this series. Whenever you're up at the ace match and you got 3 games to play with, all you got to do is, get them to take 1 bad engagement in a macro game, catch them off guard with 1 cheese in your 3 games to play with, and you win. But at the same time, I want to point out, round of 32, decider match, Renegade goes down 1-0, reverse sweeps it to 2-1. Round of 16, same thing happens. So this would not be the first time that Renegade's come from a deficit to recover himself in a series, and a critical series where his tournament life was on the line. So it would not shock me if we were able to see him pull something out of the hat once again. Taking a look so far, we are, as in the first two games, mirroring each other's builds. Nothing crazy, nothing wonky just yet. Let's hear Kyojin in the chat. What do you think happens here? Does Ren turn it around? Does GTKung take the 3-0? Does he win 3-1, 3-2? Tell me what you're thinking. Shibao. So I'm just going to start using that one too. I'm going to work it into my lingo, my vocabulary, okay? I'm going to, what all the hip, cool StarCraft players are saying, tossing out a Shibao, you know? I'm going to start doing it. Especially when I'm trying to buy time because these two players are doing the exact same thing as each other. Wait, that's not true. 4 lings? Oh, wait, no, 4 lings. Never mind, totally the same thing. Yep. Baneling Nest a little bit faster here for GTKung. Ren has shown that he seemingly likes to try and skip out on the Baneling Nest, get his wall up a little bit faster. Personally, that would make me very nervous in ZVZ, but he is a lot better at ZVZ than I am. So, who knows? Okay, here we go. 10 lings coming on the way. This is going to be a flood. A flood of lings. Not a smattering. Not a, you know, a sliding of lings. A flood of lings are about to come out. Looks like he's moving out with these 4 to make them into banelings and banking up the rest of the lads back at home. Ren is once again going to get those 2 queens into position. Here we go, 20 more lings on the way. The Roach Warren almost done. I think he's going to try and punch through with the lings and then get the banelings on any lings that Ren makes. But 8 roaches on the way here. Once those get out, he's going to have a defense mounted here. And actually, the banelings are actually getting in on the queens. Oh, but the roaches are almost out. The question is how much damage can GTKung get done before the roaches get out? So far, looks like 3. Okay, these banelings are going to get picked off. A few roaches are going to die as they spawn in. Oh, GTKung, you don't want to fight broodlings. And he got 3. So I'm not sure how worth it that was. He's going to come back in and trade out for some of these roaches. But I don't like that fight. There is no second queen here. So that's important. The larva production definitely going to be in GTKung's favor, but all these roaches... Right now, GTKung has a more maneuverable army, but he does not have one that's as good in a straight-up fight. Needs to be very careful with how he wants to take this fight. Like, I don't know if I like this. There's too much here from Ren. 6 banelings coming in. Holy cow. Ren needs to win this so I can have a perfect prediction. 3-1 for GTKung. Yeah. I think I went 3-2 for GTKung, so... I think I did at least. Yeah, here we go. The banelings are going to come in. But again, if he's going to go in with them, I think he wants to lead with them. Pull back the lings. Go. Oh, a bile actually kills a bunch of banelings. How often do you see that? But actually now there's a lot of Ling Bane here. And just not a lot here for Ren. His drones are under fire. 3 more go down. Another roach might get picked off as well. And the Ling Flood is not going to stop. It looks like these roaches might barely hold the line, but... Oh, GTKung, stay, kill the roach. You can fight that roach. But once again, GTKung's just still throwing more and more and more at Ren. I feel like one of the big things here is that lack of a second queen really coming into play. You just get so much less larva. GTKung is just going to keep pounding on the door with his units until there's not enough here. Here we go. Are you going to go in on the roaches again? Let's see. I like this arc. He wants to get these banelings to connect center mass with all the units. And I don't think those were particularly great hits. He's gonna still pick up. Oh. The 2 HP Roach. Not like that. Oh, the 2 HP Roach is actually, like, killing it. Yeah, he's got to back out. Ren is rebuilding that queen now. But this has been an overcommitment here by GTKung, I think, definitely. Oh, still just leaving all these low HP Roaches. So much value here from Ren. GTKung needs to transition here. There's the lair. He's powering up all 4 guesses, so it is going to be a muter transition, almost definitely. The question is will Ren be able to push across the map with Roaches in time? The reality is like, no, not like this. Yes, Ren, like this. Yep. As Ren currently doing pretty well in this game, I think. He's up pretty significantly in army. Now, it's going to be hard for him to really push out with the threat of Ling counterattacks always there. But this spire is a long ways away. It is a long ways away. And GTKung needs to... I really don't want to... I really don't think he can afford to sack very many more Lings here. Needs to be very careful here. Lair's about to finish. He needs to throw that spire down immediately. Spire. Spire. There it is. But still, those spires take a hot minute to finish. There's going to be a window here where Ren can push across the map, and it can be dangerous for him. But once mutas come out, if he's on 3 base to 2 with mutas, he is just going to keep his opponent pinned really hard. But here we go. It looks like Ren is going to start pushing out here. GTKung sees this. He's going to back up. Again, this spire not even halfway done yet. It's still... that drone in there still spinning around. I like these kind of feints from GTKung. Anything to buy himself more time. Each second that passes is 1 second closer to Mutalisks on the field. He's got the larva banked up. He's going to be able to make, looks like about 8 mutas. This is going to be a very different scenario to previously the last time we saw mutas, in that this time the spire's done. 10 mutas are going to start while Ren is still at home, and I don't think he's going to be terribly prepared for this. And if he pushes out, he's going to sack his army lead, and if he doesn't push out, he's going to lose the third. It can put his other player into a very tricky position, especially since behind this, GTKung will be able to drone up that 3rd base. Here we go. The mutas are on the way. This Overseer probably sees it, and he's actually going to start pushing out is Ren, but he's going to run directly into mutas. And actually, that Ling's going to corner off a Ravager for it, too. So here we go. Ren's probably going to try and save this 3rd base. He kind of needs to. But the question is at what cost? These spores are not done yet. If he targeted them down, he could maybe get them. Looks like he's going to go for it. That one dies. He's going to not focus on the second one. Actually, Ren kind of... oh, he's actually... yeah, he's going to eat the damage, try and kill it. And he will kill it. But for, I think, 2 mutas there. And now he's got to stop this army. And that's going to give Ren time to get more spores up at that 3rd base. 26 more Lings on the way. Again, these mutas do just put a clock on the Roaches, but these Roaches could potentially kill a 3rd base. GTKung needs to throw everything he's got to stop this. He's got queens in position as well, and actually, great surround with the Lings. These mutas dealing the damage from above. And he's going to get some damage done, but I don't really think it's going to be enough. Eight more mutas on the way. It's going to propel him to a very high muta count. And if he goes now, these spores are just starting up. I like ignoring the overlords. He can always circle around and clear those out later. Right now, he just wants to shut down this third base of Renegade. And I think he's going to do just that. And with that going down, GTKung is putting himself in a dominating position. He's looked so strong in this series, and it looks like he's going to close it out. Renegade is going to fight for his tournament life, but I don't really see what he can do at this point. There's so many mutas out. He's just going to kill the Roach Warren. Oh, no, he's not. These Lings even taking care of this Roach counterattack. And now the mutas get back to doing what they do best. Roach will take forever. Yeah. And even, I like it, the Baneling speed coming in here for GTKung. Smart follow-up in case Ren got out Hydras. He's just diving in on these fours. He doesn't care. He maybe should care, but no, he doesn't care. He's got too many mutas. The Lings are going to start clearing stuff up as well. He's going to cancel the upgrade. Denied. The last of the Roaches holding on, but there is just not enough here, and Renegade is absolutely just pinned at this point. You can't move out, but you can't stay in your base, and that's a scary position to be in. 5 Hydras on the way. But again, it's 19 mutas. He has to get out so many Hydras, and by the time he does, this Baneling speed will be finished. There'll be like 30 Banelings ready to run in onto those Hydras and blow them to Kingdom Come. Yeah, here we go. It's going to be a explosive finish to this game. I'm so witty. Also, I'll see myself out for that one, but it will be. These Banelings are absolutely going to rampage into the natural. 15 more. Ending this in style is GTKung. And honestly, these Banelings alone can probably blow up all of that. Mutalisks aside, here we go. Probably. Nope, he's going to make 30 more Lings. And here we go. Oh, he's going to check the third. Do it. Roll in with the Banelings. We all want to see it. We all want to see Banelings, okay? We all want to see this happen. Do not deny us. He's denying us. Here we go. Here we go. Not anymore. Here come the Banelings, the Mutas, the Lings. Explosions everywhere. Gets in on the drones. GG is called, and GTKung completes the 3-0 sweep to send him to the round of 4. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching, enjoying a nice ZVZ series with me. We'll have more RSL casts on my channel, on Coda's channel, twitch.tv/codeanalysis, or on Renegade's channel, twitch.tv/RenegadeXStudios. So drop us all a follow, and stay tuned.